Charlie Coyle said the same thing you said in the intermission, that you guys looked at a little tape and were studying some things on what you can improve on. What exactly did you guys look at going into this game?
Just went over our shifts, and honestly, it wasn't anything crazy. We just sat down and took a look, and obviously felt good about the way we were playing, and felt like we were a couple bounces away, maybe a couple things that we could have tweaked, but nothing major. And sometimes talking it out and looking it over, it makes a huge difference. And I don't think any of us thought it was going to pay off the way it did tonight, but pretty grateful it did.
Last year, this team struggled to get back-to-back, wins on the back half of a back-to-back. Now you've got two already in less than a week. What has changed there?
It's a hard thing to pinpoint. Sometimes it's just the way you approach it. Maybe knowing the year prior it hasn't gone your way, so maybe just mentally the approach you take to it is a little more. You bring a more ready and focused attitude towards it. I don't know if it's the case really, but just feels like this year we know how to kind of stay composed and handle ourselves in those situations, and so far it's been going well.
Matthew, last night it's Miles Wood and Chinnikov and Lundestrom in their line. Tonight it's you guys. What does that say just about the depth that is on this team and the talent just in general that you guys have?
Yeah, it speaks to the way we want to play. Obviously, we roll four lines pretty heavily, and that makes for a really good recipe when in an 82-game season. If you can get that going, you can get everyone contributing. Then when you get to game 40, 50, 60, where small injuries start to pile up and energy's a little lower, then you still have everyone fresh and ready to go, right? So that's a strength in our team, obviously, right now, and that's something that we're going to look to continue moving forward.
The scope there, does that also help in these back-to-back games as well, just being able to roll and not have to lean on certain lines too much?
Yeah, it's the same thing. And obviously, there's some nights where maybe the game isn't going our way, and some lines are going to play more than others. But, overall, you look at the year and how everyone's played, it's been pretty consistent. And, that's, like I said, on back-to-backs throughout the season, it's something that definitely helps as far as energy, and especially our top two lines where they get more minutes, or RD, or, any guys that get a little more minutes, it definitely helps them as well. So.
How important is it for Cole had his first goal tonight, you had your first goal tonight, Charlie had his first goal last night, to get that monkey off your back? Is that something you guys even consider?
Yeah, obviously, just speaking for myself, I had that first one taken away, first game of the year, and it just, ever since then, even at the start of the game, I have an open net and Z gets cross-check and I shoot it on him. It's that kind of stuff where you just shake your head and you're just, but at the same time, like I said, we felt good about the way we approached the game, and we were getting our chances pretty much every game. And we knew eventually it was only a matter of time. And so we just stuck to it. And last two games, obviously, it's nice to last three games, sorry, it's nice to get on the board a little more and obviously contribute in that way.
Did you guys, as a line, kind of feel a night, not like this, but could you feel it building, that chemistry between the three of you guys?
I don't know if it's going to be like this, I think we believed and trusted that we were going to, eventually it was going to work out for us, and we're going to help contribute a little more than what we have been. The opportunities have been there, the chances, we just haven't gotten that end result. And yeah, a lot of that's good stuff, right? Because you're playing with the puck, you're in the offensive zone, and you're not giving up much maybe, but we take it to heart. We want to be a line who's reliable defensively, but also contribute, especially when those two lines, top two, cancel out. Some games they do, and you need your depth guys to contribute. So I think it was just kind of trusting that, hey, we're doing some good stuff. Yeah, we can kind of fine-tune some things, and that's what we kind of went over this morning. I think Ollie kind of touched on, but more so that meeting was just to kind of hey, we're doing a lot of good here. Let's just trust it, and it's gonna fall. We keep doing the right things, and of course that first one we're are you kidding me, right? But it's hey, it's all good. We're coming. You got to fight through a little bit here, and I think it was the next shift we put one in. So it's just trusting, and in ourselves, each other, and what we do and how we play, and knowing eventually it's going to pay off.
Is there? I mean, there's also a knowledge, right, that you guys contribute. Last night, it's Lundstrom's line is contributing. Eventually, top lines are going to, break open as well, right?
Yeah, we have a pretty solid lineup all the way up, and 4 lines who are reliable and can chip in. And some nights it's going to be 1 line, sometimes going to be 2 of the lines, and some nights it's going to be all lines. We'd rather at the end, the last one there, but it's not always the case. It's the NHL. Everyone's pretty good, but it's about winning your matchups and just trusting what we do as a line, but as a team too. And when we play that way, the credit is going to be shared, and I think that's such a good thing of what we have in this room. Just unselfish people who don't mind that and know that's the case, and are willing to abide by that. So it's fun to be a part of something like that.
Charlie, especially early, the speed was really noticeable. On the second back-to-back night, what do you think was the key to have all that speed early on to get the jump on them?
Well, we're both playing back-to-back, so there's really no leverage, I guess, or whatever you want to say. But I think when it's a back-to-back, you got to out-change them. You have to take short shifts, get off before you're tired, just so you can roll the lines and get into it. And in case you have those shifts out there where they kind of pin you and you just hold still. And I don't know about everyone else, it looked like everyone had some jump, but I felt better tonight than last night, honestly, and that's a good feeling to have. I don't know if they over there had the same feeling or what, but it's nice to have that. But I think that's a result of doing the right things, not turning the puck over and feeding their transition and make it an easier game for them to come and play on our end. So it's those little things just being more simple and making them turn and go back and having to go 200 feet to get a chance or an opportunity and try to score. I think we buy into that, we bought into that, and that helps. But it looked like a lot of guys on our side were flying tonight, which is a pretty good sign.
Charlie, I know you weren't here last year, but this team had a few early stumbles. I think that at the end of the season, they kind of look back on and were like, God, if we don't have those, maybe we're in. You've been on playoff teams a lot. How important is it just to rack up points at this time of year?
It's huge. It doesn't seem like it's a big deal right now, but it is. And you don't want to be at the end of the year and say, hey, 1 more win or another point could have done it. And then you have regrets of, hey, we should have taken it more seriously, but been ready to play at that puck drop or done this better or really bought into the way we do things. So it's all very important. And it doesn't seem like it now, but towards the end, playoff time, it all pays off, and you want to set yourselves up and bank these points as much as you can right now. I think we're starting to realize that more and more after a few that we kind of dropped early, that we were like, hey, we probably should have won those games. But that's a sign of a good team and realizing that and then correcting it and being better.
Talked a lot about your line tonight. Just what was working and maybe what did you guys work on coming into the game to be ready for this one?
Yeah, I think with us, it's a good mix of kind of everything. I mean, three bigger dudes that can play really well below the dots, and when we get the cycle going, we're tough to knock off the puck, and when teams give us time and space, we can capitalize and throughout this 10-game stretch here, we felt like we've done that. It's just a matter of executing, and we had a little conversation, and no one felt like they were pressing. No one had any panic, which is you just know you trust it. You know that we're all on the same page, and it's nice to execute tonight on that.
What has Charlie Coyle brought to the picture here for this?
I mean, what hasn't he brought? A veteran presence that plays in all areas of the ice. Just such a responsible player and a guy that is really relied upon in all situations in the game. And yeah, I mean, I'm lucky to play with him. And I mean, you just see that on the pass he gave me there, just like little things along on the ice that I feel like a lot of people don't notice. He's just so responsible and just a great player to play with.
You know the struggles from last year in the back half of back-to-backs. Now you've got 2 wins in the back half in a week. What has changed maybe in the approach?
Yeah, we're not thinking about last year as far as that goes. I mean, it's a completely new year. We're obviously aware of it, but tonight they run a back-to-back as well, so there was no excuse. There was both teams running even playing field, sort of say, and they are coming into our barn, so we actually see that as an advantage for us. And we're a young team, we got legs, and we took it to them tonight.
How good did the first one feel? And is that something that you think about the later in the season it goes?
I mean, to be honest, I wasn't even really thinking about it at all as far as feeling, pressure to score or trying to press it. I mean, I think that's something I've learned throughout my career is, you're going to go through stretches where you're getting good looks, but ultimately it's just not going in. And I felt like that was not only for myself, but for our entire line. And any goal in the NHL is an exciting thing, and you don't want to take them for granted. And it's obviously nice to score at home in front of our fans as well.
Cole, is there a moment in a game like this where the three of you guys kind of look at each other like, yeah, we got her going tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it just every time I felt like we had the puck on our stick, something was happening, and that's exciting. That's why we want to play the game of hockey of working together and executing together, and seeing each other have success, and that's the beauty of our team too. I feel like each and every night, a couple lines are going, or a line's going, or our whole team's going, and I overheard Charlie, say a comment like that, and it's so true, and that's why our team is winning some games and getting the ball rolling here, and I just think throughout our lineup, we've been getting great goaltending. There's not that many holes in it right now, and we just gotta keep it going, and obviously there's areas where we can tighten it up, but take the positives and run with it.
How much does a game, not just a game like this, maybe just to kind of start the season depth-wise, how much confidence does that give this entire team to know, like, hey, if the top two lines aren't going, we still got other guys who can put the puck in?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time in this locker room, and I'm sure every time that question gets asked to any one of us, it's a pretty same answer. We believe what we have in this locker room. We believe that each and every individual in here is capable of getting the job done, of winning hockey games, and we're playing for each other. It's a very unique and tight group, and every time I come to the rink and come to work, it's such a blast. You can feel the positive energy, and nights like tonight, you want to just hang out and celebrate with your teammates and do a workout. I think we have a workout, or just hang in the sauna and just enjoy it together. And it's just a great group.
Were you sniffing hat trick number 3 tonight at all? Or?
I mean, if one went in, one went in. Charlie made a nice play there in the 4-4, had a couple good looks, but I mean, for the most part, just happy to get the win.
Dean, last night it was Isaac's line. Tonight it's Charlie Coyle's line. What did you see out of that line, and maybe early that indicated they had things going?
Well, they've played really well, and for a while now, obviously, and they just haven't got rewarded. They've been around the net, doing all the right things in, all 3 zones. So yeah, just nice for them to get rewarded here tonight.
How much confidence does it give you as a coaching staff when all 4 lines are playing like that and when your goaltending's playing the way they are?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it this morning, but the depth is obviously what coaches and teams want. Clearly, it's nice to we play 15 back-to-back games. So if you can play all 4 lines, all 6D, and you can have confidence that both goaltenders can play, then it's great, right? I mean, it's a grind. At some points throughout this season, especially with the Olympic break, things are jammed in. So to have that, that depth that we have and having everybody going, it's been a lot of fun for that way.
I know you have a confident group in there, but when you get the kind of nights that you had on back-to-back from just lots of depth scoring and whatnot, does it add even a little bit more in there, just kind of a reassurance that, hey, even if the top guys aren't going, the puck can still go in the net?
Yeah, I think everybody feels, part of it, and I think the leadership group in there facilitates that, allows everybody to, feel part of it. And, it's easy. We talked about it this morning as far as, dispersing the minutes through, the entire team. Just forget about the forwards, the D as well. And again, the goaltenders, we can feel very good to go with both guys. So yeah, there should be a confidence level, up and down the lineup.
Dean, I think lost in the depth thing is the fact that, if I counted correctly, 7 points from defensemen in the past 2 games. Can you speak to that part of the depth? And other question is, Zach Werenski sat for a couple shifts, I think, and the third, was that just a load management thing?
Yeah, I mean, games, where it's at. So, I think you'll see, like, if you really look at it, like, yeah, I mean, we try to, you didn't play as much as you would normally play if it's an even game or whatever. So, but everybody still played. Like, it wasn't, but yeah, I mean, it's nice to get the D involved. We talk about that a lot, getting part of our offensive structure. And, today's game, you need that. Can't just be the forwards that are, getting involved. The defense, the goaltenders are too good in this league. So for us to get the D involved is great.
You mentioned the back-to-back earlier, especially in the first period. There's a lot of speed there. There's certainly energy.
Yeah.
How important is the adjustment to being ready to handle the second night, to have like more speed, to be able to jump out like that? And there are little changes that you're making to help get that happen.
Well, I think you guys already talked about it too, right? Is that we're fresh, right? We're not. We didn't expend a ton of energy last night, even though we go to overtime. We're able to, get the minutes down for some people that would play more, in the back-to-back in the second night. But yeah, we thought our start, which is a credit to the guys in the room, they're ready to go. We didn't skate this morning, but they're prepared to play at the drop of the puck. And again, Toronto pushed in the second period. We had a little, a lull or whatever, and because of their push. But again, what we like is that we stuck around, we hung in the game, even though they pushed and they they score a goal. We were fine with it, right? We were able to to recover and then move forward. So that's exciting for us.
A year ago around this time, you guys had maybe a few stumbles here and there early that later in the season, when you finished 2 points out of the playoffs, you'd look back and go, God, well, could we have won that one or this one or gotten a point there? Mm-hmm. Are you sensing this year, that is still kind of driving this team this early as far as urgency, not panic, but urgency? Yeah,
I mean, we made a point, to correct some things that we thought we needed to correct from last year to not make the playoffs by, 2 points. So, yeah, it's important. There might be a game that one of these games maybe gets us in, maybe it doesn't get us in if we're on the right side or the wrong side. So, yeah, the players are aware of it. Obviously, we've talked about it as a team, and yeah, if we can. I mean, every point in the season, like everybody's always like, this is the most important point or whatever, but they're all important, and the more that you can play with that consistency and gather points each and every night, obviously, it'll give us a better chance at the end.